Many women cry asking God, why don't they value me? Why do they overlook me and speak carelessly to me? Here is the truth that will set you free. Respect is not begged for, not demanded by tears. It is commanded by alignment. It is not beauty, vague, or talent alone. It is something deeper and spiritual. A presence that says, I know who I am. Many girls have power but no posture. They have grace but no boundaries. Value but it is advertised cheaply. How people treat you is a response to what you permit, project, and tolerate. It is a mirror of your own standards. Girls who laugh at everything, even what should make them cry, lose reverence. Laughter does not replace self-respect. Girls who explain themselves to everyone, even those with no authority, lose reverence. Your story is not for everyone. Girls who give emotional access to people who have not earned spiritual permission lose reverence. Guard your heart. Familiarity without honor produces contempt in the spirit. Being too available too fast invites disrespect. Value that is exposed without order is abused, not because you are not valuable, but because of the lack of protection. Jesus was meek but not cheap. He was loving but not careless. Crowds surrounded him, but access was controlled. Even God does not reveal everything to everyone. There is wisdom in holy discretion and selective sharing. You were taught to be nice, but not taught to be discerning. Nice is not the same as wise or safe. You were taught to be quiet, but not taught to be confident. Silence without strength is just invisibility. The result: apologizing for your existence, shrinking your voice, laughing to be accepted, overgiving to be loved. People do not always disrespect you because they are evil. Many disrespect you because you do not respect yourself enough to enforce order. When you tolerate jokes that wound you, you train people to wound you again. You teach them what you will accept. When you accept inconsistency, you announce that stability is not required to access you. Mixed signals invite mixed treatment. When you keep explaining your worth, you prove you do not fully believe it. Your value should be felt, not defended. Honor responds to clarity. When a woman knows who she is, confusion cannot stay around her. It just feels out of place. Casual people become uncomfortable around a woman who understands her assignment. That discomfort is evidence of growth. Approval is emotional, respect is spiritual. One comes from feelings, the other from perception of substance. People approve of what pleases them, but respect what carries weight. Weight comes from character, not charm. Many women want to be liked, but they were designed to be regarded. Being liked is fleeting. Being regarded is lasting. When you chase approval, you lose authority. When you prioritize alignment, authority speaks for you without a word. Some people don't talk much, yet their presence silences a room. It is not volume. It is alignment that commands attention. Alignment means your words match your values. Your emotions obey your convictions, not the other way around. Access is governed by wisdom, not loneliness. You don't let everyone into your sacred space just because you are alone. When a woman is aligned, she does not need to announce who she is. The atmosphere adjusts on its own. Confusion cannot stay long around clarity. Disrespect cannot stay long around order. They are incompatible energies. Authority responds to alignment before it responds to words. Your life preaches louder than your lips. Even demons recognize Jesus, not because of volume, but because of alignment. Power is in being, not in noise. Many girls confuse tolerance with virtue. Enduring everything does not make you strong. It makes you a doormat. Endurance without wisdom is self-betrayal. You can survive a storm, but you shouldn't live in one by choice. God never called you to be available to everyone. He called you to be a steward of yourself. Guard what is precious. If your time is always available, it will never be honored. Scarcity creates value, even in your presence. If your emotions are always accessible, they will never be protected. Emotional availability without boundaries is an invitation to be used. If your presence is always guaranteed, it will never be valued. Absence can sometimes teach more than presence. Boundaries teach people how to approach you, speak to you, and remain in your life. They are not walls, but gates of wisdom. Even heaven has ranks, order, and protocols. Angels move by assignment, not randomly. Why should your life be chaotic? Silence does not communicate standards. Unspoken expectations always lead to repeated disappointment. You must voice your boundaries. Boundaries are not emotional reactions. They are spiritual decisions built in alignment, not in anger. They are premeditated wisdom. Chaos reduces when clarity increases. Boundaries expose intentions. Those who benefited from your lack of limits will resist when limits appear. When people call you proud for setting boundaries, remember, you did not become proud. You grew. Growth always looks like separation to those left behind. Boundaries do not push the right people away. They protect the right and filter out the wrong. They are a sieve for your soul. Anyone who truly values you will adjust to your standards. Anyone who refuses was never assigned to stay. Their exit is a gift. People repeat what you allow. Patterns form where limits are absent. If you want different results, enforce different boundaries. When you say no without guilt, your yes becomes meaningful again. Your presence becomes intentional, and your peace returns. Identity gives you value, but posture determines how that value is treated. Posture is not arrogance. It is intentional conduct. When a woman lacks discipline, her life leaks authority. Discipline seals authority and makes it potent. Honor is fragile around inconsistency. When your words change depending on who you are with, people lose trust in you. When your standards adjust under pressure, people stop taking you seriously. Stand firm even when it is uncomfortable. When emotions lead decisions, life becomes unpredictable. Unpredictability erodes honor because people cannot rely on you. Strength is not in reaction. It is in regulation, the ability to pause, think, and choose wisdom over impulse. Not every emotion deserves a voice. Not every thought deserves expression. Wisdom filters before it speaks. Posture includes the company you keep. You cannot sit with disorder and expect honor to follow. Environment shapes identity. Atmospheres shape perception. When you remain around chaos, chaos begins to define you. Protect your atmosphere. Sometimes disrespect is not about you. It is about the environment you keep allowing yourself to remain in. Change the air you breathe. Honor is sustained, not demanded. It is built daily by how you carry yourself. Speak, decide, and discipline your life. People watch patterns, not promises. They observe how you handle pressure, correction, and success. Over time, your responses teach them how to regard you. Honor grows where discipline is visible. When people see you respect your time, they respect it too. You set the tone. Self-governance is the highest form of authority. When you control your words, emotions, and actions, you no longer need to control people. Authority begins within before it manifests without. It starts in the unseen decisions of your heart and mind. The moment you stop chasing validation, respect will start chasing you. It is a law of the spirit. The moment you stop explaining yourself, people will start listening. Your silence will speak louder than your defenses. The moment you stop begging to be chosen, you become the standard that others must rise to meet. You become the prize. Lift your head, adjust your posture, guard your heart, filter your words, choose your access. These are non-negotiable. Walk slowly, speak wisely. Watch how the world that once ignored you begins to handle you with care. Not because you changed your value, but because you finally honored it. You are not more valuable. You are finally respected. Your life speaks before your mouth opens. The atmosphere adjusts before you explain. Align and watch